Well, the millions of poor and illiterate mostly live in the rural areas of China. Our reporter Guan Yang went to one remote village in northeastern Liaoning province to see how better education can help break the poverty cycle.
In ancient China, education was the only way out of poverty. In recent times, it has been the best way. Zhang Baozheng has been teaching in a small village for nearly 30 years. He knows the wide gap between rural and urban education.
Before the renovation, in the long and cold winter, the classroom was often so full of thick smoke from the heating stove, the students could not see what I wrote on the board.
Such conditions are what most rural children here have to cope with until the school received help from the Poverty Alleviation Fund. In China, rural children in remote villages like the one behind me often go to school in deteriorating buildings where materials are poor and education is substandard. So when competing with their urban counterparts academically, rural students stand almost no chance. Families that live in extreme poverty often see school as an impossible cost, which is what creates a cycle. Poor people who grow up without education are less likely to send their own children to school. What is worse, uneducated parents usually struggle with tutoring their children after school.
Parents from rural villages tend to have high hopes for their children's studies, but they can't help much with their after-school tutoring, so we need to fill this gap.
Thanks to the Poverty Relief Fund, the school now has all the equipment and the materials that urban schools have. But the problem of maintaining better educational resources like qualified teachers still exists.
When we send our teachers away for training, the school doesn't have enough teachers while they're gone. It's an issue for us. We want our teachers to be more qualified through training, but at the same time, we need more volunteers to cover teaching while they're away.
Over the past 30 years, China's government-funded 9-year compulsory education has helped millions who try to climb out of poverty. But as the gap between rural and urban education widens, more support might be needed to bridge it. Guan Yang, CC, Liaoning Province.